Hi Cancer, hope that you're well. It's Amber here at Symbols for Living. Welcome to your September reading, answering a question: how does he or she feel about me? This could be, well, this definitely is actually a reading for Cancerians. This gives the Cancerian, this gives the Cancer insight into their partner's heart and mind. So it lets you know what they're thinking, or how they're feeling, what they're planning, you know, and what's going on with them. So it gives you an opportunity to get a bit of insight into how they feel. Okay, because there was a bit of confusion about that before. So I just wanted to make that clear. Also, I have an Etsy shop that is now live. Please do visit it. It's at etsy.com. Just search for Symbols for Living and you should see my shop front there. And you'll get to see more of this kind of stuff there as well. So you might be interested in buying it. So if you do, please go ahead. You know, don't let me stop you. Or if you just want to share it with people, if you just want to, I think you can add it to Pinterest, you can add it to favorites and stuff. So yeah, please do take a look. I'd much appreciate it. Otherwise, please do like, share and subscribe. And I'll go ahead and get on with the reading. So right, so we've got the High Priestess here. So the High Priestess is letting us know that we need to read between the lines. There is whispers, you know, around that we need to be listening to. There's more to the situation than what we see, and that we are going to have to put on our wisdom spectacles kind of thing, or our wisdom hats, to fully understand what's going on here. So I think with this card, although that's the general energy of the card, I feel for this reading it's really saying to you that there will be some waiting to be done, even journeys to take. Like there's this like process that needs to be taken. You've even got a new start here. So you know, as things start, especially when, you know, they take time sometimes to pick up speed, and it could be that that's what's happening here. You're having to wait around for something to pick up. And it could be the relationship that you're waiting around to pick up, or waiting around for, sorry, to pick up. That could be happening here. And the High Priestess is just saying, yeah, okay, you will be waiting, but there are still lots and lots to be learned here, possibly more so with yourself internally. The High Priestess does talk about knowing yourself, you know, knowing thyself. So it could be that. So that's what the time could be used for. And it could be that it could be actually this waiting period that you may have to go through in September could really be a blessing, as it will give you the opportunity to look to see what is going on between the lines, and where you really stand within it all. Yeah, because it looks like there could be a pregnancy in the near future, possibly. So it could be that, you know, you're preparing for motherhood, or your partner could be female preparing for motherhood. It could be that you guys are working very hard at the moment as a couple to create a family life, because we do have here how your partner is thinking. They're being quite determined to create a life. You know, this is also all about creating a life around you, you know, creating wealth, building a house or buying a house, creating wealth, gaining skills, empowering yourself to make more money, to be self-sufficient. There's a determination here for your partner to succeed in this, and they're very determined to the point where they will not accept defeat with this card. They won't accept it. They only see it working. So this amount of determination usually comes from, you know, a lot of men, you know, when they find out their partner is pregnant, you know, they're in a long-term relationship, they're looking to settle down, and then they tend to become workaholics. All they want to do is make sure that they've got enough money for the kids and the child that's coming, sorry, and for the woman, because she probably can't work. So during this waiting period, your partner is thinking a lot about how to build a sustainable life, and could be working very hard towards it. So you could be the one waiting, really, here. You know, you're the one waiting, but they're hard at work. Mentally planning, thinking about the future, thinking about what will make you comfortable, what will make them comfortable, what is a good life, you know. They're kind of thinking about those things, really kind of almost like with the law of attraction, where they It's always spoken of creating a vision in your mind. So they've got this winning mentality, and they've also got a vision for what they want. So they're very determined. So if you are waiting around, just know that this person is working really hard. They really are trying their best. It looks like here anyway. They're doing a good job of it. Like mentally anyway, they're really trying, and even in their actions, they're quite determined. Naturally, I think as individuals, this person is likely to be a fire sign, probably a Sagittarius male, who, yeah, is just naturally by nature very determined, very ambitious, possibly owns his own business, probably a manager of an office or of a whole department, you know, but definitely a leader. Okay, so in terms of what they're planning for and what their intentions are, is to make a tough decision, and make a decision where they're trying to block out their emotions when making this decision. They don't want to, so it could be that they could really want to, you know, be at home with you and eat bonbons, watching films all day, you know, or whatever. They may really want those things. They may not want to really get out of their comfort zone and, you know, have to work so hard, but they're putting aside those feelings, especially here. That's reiterated really with the Chariot card. The Chariot card is about being thick-skinned sometimes, and just, that's why it's represented by Cancer, because Cancer is represented by the crab, and the crab is got a tough shell exterior but very, very soft underneath. So it could be that they're kind of experiencing that. They're having to put aside their emotional wants and needs, and instead of having to make decisions, tough decisions about money, to maybe make the relationship progress, or to, you know, reach this overall goal that you guys may have about kind of having this nice life, family life, kids, house, etc. You definitely see yourselves on a journey. You recognize that, you know, your whole intentions here is to go ahead and get that those other 2 cups to make it the 10 of cups. So you're having to be brave. Again, it's a process. You recognize it's a process. Your partner, you know, and this also is about, you know, getting uncomfortable. The Hangman is also about, you know, being uncomfortable. However, the High Priestess is saying through this uncomfortability, there is actually, it feels like it's not a nice place to be, but there's something here that could be advantageous for you, or will give you insight into the situation even further, that will give you kind of more wisdom and understanding of the whole situation and yourself going forward. Yeah, but this person is definitely juggling money and finances, trying to find maybe the best fit, trying to find the right job, trying to find out how best to kind of juggle their finances or income revenues or income streams, sorry. Like trying to make it work, and putting aside their feelings. And again, this is a very kind of typical thing for men to do, or not even men, I think even just the breadwinner of the family, if there is one. If that's how it's set up in your family, the breadwinner will feel very much under pressure if there's a pregnancy, you know, or if there's like a massive change that's going to happen in their lives in the near future, which will affect their finances. They will tend to get very determined and ambitious and want to, you know, trying to go for that raise at work, trying to, you know, develop their business ideas or whatever. So I feel this person is doing that, your partner is doing that, fighting very hard to reach this sort of financial balance. But I have to say also with the 2 of Coins, this person is enjoying themselves a little bit. They are the King of Wands after all, so they do enjoy a bit of drama, a bit of excitement. They like change, they like, to deal with the unknown, they like taking risks, they like exploring, and they are ambitious. So your partner, if you are worried about your partner, you're thinking, oh my gosh, like I feel crap not being with them, and or I feel really, I wonder what if they're okay out there on their own or whatever. You're being just reminded here a little bit that don't worry too much. Your partner actually quite likes a bit of drama and quite likes a bit of change and quite likes having to prove themselves at work. They feel quite good, you know, when they get their promotion or whatever, they personally feel very good about it, you know. So they like those kinds of achievements. They like winning. So this challenge for them is actually a little bit of fun. They like the challenge, so don't feel too worried about them. If they are acting out of character, you know, they actually, a part of them actually is growing through this and thriving and enjoying it a little bit. So yeah. But you yourself, you know, you're obviously on this journey. You recognize that it's a process. You're going to have to wait. You're going to have to try something new. You're going to have to get uncomfortable a little bit. You're going to have to be brave. You may be on your own as well here with the Eight of Cups. Yeah, you could feel like you're on your own, or be preparing yourself to be on your own, you know. As I said, in the near past, there was maybe a lot of confusion or uncertainty about the relationship. But it looks like you've both decided to make a clear cut new beginning going forward, and you're both now on the same page with this kind of shared dream. In the past, I think your partner may have been a bit of a player or non-committal. Not really a player full on, but maybe flirtatious, always thinking maybe the grass is greener, maybe there's something else out there, you know, not really being sure about his maybe commitment to you or her commitment to you, and always wondering what else was out there, and therefore not being very sure. But it looks like they've realized that they need to make decisions not based off, you know, their emotions, based off their curiosities and their wonderings, and they need to make decisions, you know, when they meet someone who is good and who is worthwhile and that does tick all the boxes that they have. They are to, you know, be an adult and actually appreciate someone for who they are, appreciate the qualities that they have and act on it, rather than constantly be looking for perfection, which doesn't exist, but just actually appreciating what someone does have to offer. And I think they have recognized that. But I feel that there is this kind of element of them that they have got strong emotions. And that's normal, really, for a King of Wands. They have strong emotions, even though they're ruled by fire. It's very passionate. They're very passionate people. And this person, I feel, is really growing up in a way. They're really realizing that it's not all about that. It's not all about doing what, you know, gives you excitement for that moment. But it's about making the right choices, fair and just choices, intelligent decisions based on facts, rather than dreams and fantasies, and, you know, which a lot of people have, you know. So but she's based her decision in reality here, and in what could be, the potential of what could be. They can see that, and you also see potential as well, and you're willing to let go of whatever has happened in the past here with the Fool card. You are looking for a fresh start. You are focused on the end goal here. You're wise. You know that there's more here. You can see, maybe as a Cancerian, naturally, you know, you're intuitive, and you are being asked to really connect with your intuitive side, listen to those whispers. But yeah, I forgot what I was going to say. But yeah, as I was saying, you do feel, I think you see more to this. So maybe it's quite possible that with someone like that who's so undecided, maybe people would have been saying to you like, you should really think about it. This person obviously is all over the place. But it looks like you've seen something. You've seen there's more to it. You've seen there's more. It's a lot more complicated than that. And I think your partner probably appreciates this and is, moving forward now you're both on the same page. But you're letting go, which is really great. You may feel like you are sacrificing, like you are having to really forgive mentally. But this person's putting in a lot of work, I think, to make it work. Yeah, and in the near future, as I said, it looks like there'll be, through all this hard work that maybe your partner is putting in behind the scenes, and this separation and possibly distance between you two, it looks like you will be enjoying the fruits of your labour, and there will be a resting time, a resting period, maybe for a weekend, a long weekend somewhere where you're both able to sit back and look at all the hard work you guys have put in, all the sacrifices that you've made, and how you're able to harvest these things here with the this looks like, I don't know, but it reminds me of harvesting. I forgot what that plant's called, sorry. But she's a very fertile character in the deck, and it's a very fertile card, and it is about fruition and things ripening and pregnancy. So I don't know if maybe in the near future it looks like you will be falling pregnant, or will be getting pregnant, and there may be morning sickness. You may need to take some time off. Your partner may need to take some time off because of this morning sickness, and you may feel really burdened now because of that. You're having to look after your partner, and she's sick, and maybe before she was the breadwinner, maybe she did have a really high or really kind of substantial income, and so your kind of life was set up accordingly, and now she may need to take some time out, and you're having to now do a lot of the work, and this could really mean a lot of work in terms of actually going out and finding work, finding a job, or developing your skills in your line of work to move to the next level, to earn more money, etc. It could be that somehow your partner, or somehow you're learning from your partner's teaching you or something, and you're able to learn from them, and you're kind of now taking on more responsibility. Or it could just mean, if you do fall pregnant, that you just got more work to do around the house. You just got another person to deal with in the home. Or it could really just mean that you are now enjoying this relaxation, and the Ten of Wands just represents you feeling really, really exhausted, feeling like you really needed a break. Like you came to the end, like you've done as much as you could, you waited as long as you could, you really put in the work to, gain a positive perspective on the situation, to remain focused on the goal. This also talks about self-esteem as well, knowing you're worth it, you're worth waiting for, you're worth the hard work that's going to be put in over time. There's 2 8s here as well. So this does talk about pregnancy, like 8-9 months. And then you've got 10 months possibly here. Definitely pregnancy is on the cards, because we've even got the pomegranates here, which I believe represent fertility. We've got little babies here, and Also, we've got lizards, which represents, you know, sexuality, raw kind of sexuality. So I do feel like there will be a pregnancy. Maybe we've got the Page of Wands, a young person, a young fire sign. So it could be that. And then talks about commitments here as well. So yeah, family life, commitments, definitely on the cards for the near future. You will feel burdened though. Looks like in the near future you will feel like you've got a lot on. And I don't know if that's because, as I said, someone falls pregnant, or you just feel like you really need a break. By the time it comes round to your partner finally having finished all of their business or whatever they're doing, you will really feel like you need a break. Because while they've been away, possibly, you've had to do a lot, you know, to keep things ticking over at home. Yeah. I was going to say the High Priestess can also represent secrets. Things not being known. So I don't know, maybe you're keeping this pregnancy a secret. We've got the Ace of Cups here. There's definitely a baby coming. We've got 2 of Cups. Yeah. Looks like there'll be like some sort of stabilizing of a relationship, maturing of a relationship, babies on the way. And someone working very hard behind the scenes to, you know, make it happen. To bring your family or situation into a financially stable place. Okay, so I also shuffled the deck to see what the Wisdom of the Oracles card said, and I've got these cards. Okay, so the fork in the road is, you know, as it's placed here with the 2 decision cards, and even this is really about making a decision to move on. So I feel that overall as a couple you will be making some major decisions about how to move forward in the relationship, and that could be making tough decisions around work to make sure that the relationship can maintain and sustain, you know, a family. At the base of the deck we do have Unfinished Symphony, which I feel this is related to the Fork in the Road card as well. It's saying that as you do make these changes, it's not the end. I mean, death, even death itself, they say, is not the end. It's just a transformation into another type of energy, which really is true. And it's just saying here that don't feel that it is the end in any way. Any changes that come about, especially with any decisions that your partner may make, it's not the end. It may feel like the end. It may feel like you're just waiting around and waiting around, but actually it's just the beginning of something else. Okay, and round, it looks like here there was a lot of indecision, there was a lot of round and round. You know, you may be waiting for some time for this person to maybe finally mature in some way. These are both 7 cards as well. So again, this is, I feel, is relating to this placement of the cards. And yeah, I think it's just saying that you just went round and round and round and round, and maybe, you know, he or she was never ever decided. They were always out there exploring things. They never could get enough. They maybe had that kind of, the King of Wands can easily be someone, especially the Knight of Wands as well, could easily be someone that has got an insatiable appetite for experience and doing new things and doing new people, you know. So it could be that he had a bit of an insatiable appetite and maybe had to realise that that actually may have been quite a negative emotional response that maybe they always had to certain things, situations, and maybe the Queen of Swords come along and said, hey, you know, you need to grow up, and that kind of energy kind of maybe came about him, and he or she has made a very grown-up decision to move forward and come to the edge to take a risk. This is probably relating more to the Fool card here, for you and them. Maybe this was a bit of a risk for both of you, you know, to take this leap of faith in the relationship. But either way, you have come to the edge and you are trying something new. And as you've come to the edge, as this person has come out of this round and round repetitive state, taken a chance on a committed relationship, you found that you're both on the same page and now both have this shared goal. So coming to the edge has actually been quite a positive move for both of you, I feel. Okay, then we've got Yang, which is like, is just talking about these two cards here. I feel being very passionate, being on the same page, being very focused, being enthusiastic, taking the lead, not waiting around for anyone to do anything, like being very ambitious, very focused. So I feel like this is just talking about you and your partner's energy. You're very focused and determined on a particular goal, and you're really, both of you, not being passive about it. Again, we've got the Chariot card in the way that they're thinking about it. Even you're being quite mentally strong. There's a certain strength that you're both utilising here, and I think you're both a lot more focused on the goal than you are on your feelings and how you feel about it. You know that the goal that you're aiming for is worth any sacrifices that you're going to have to make. And I think that's where you are mentally. And the Observer, I feel, is relating to, I mean, it's definitely relating to the Four of Swords here in terms of taking time out to reflect. So in the near future there will be that period where you will be taking time out to reflect on how far you guys have got so far, what's worked, what hasn't, we need to change our objectives, but there will be success in the future. You will see some fruition of all of your efforts in the near future. Possibly by the end of September going into October, you will see the fruits of all this hard work, and you'll have a chance to have a break. As I said, probably a long weekend, and you will probably feel quite exhausted. You'll probably be very much looking forward to it. But as I said, it will be an opportunity for you guys to reflect and observe how everything has unfolded. I do also think that Observer card is talking about the High Priestess, where you will be having to look between the lines and see and read more into things than maybe what's shown on the surface. Because this again will bring you more in line into your goals, as you'll feel more sure of your goals, more sure of where you stand. And there's messages, there's messages coming through with the High Priestess there. There's things coming in that you're being advised to pay attention to, as I think they will help in your journey going forward. And I think that's quite normal, really. I mean, especially if pregnancy is involved, for a woman to really kind of get in touch with herself as the pregnancy develops, and to prepare yourself mentally for it. So yeah, I hope that reading was helpful. Don't know if I said before, but I did this whole reading before and then the thing decided to stop working, so sorry if I was a bit rushed. I'm just trying to get all these readings out in time for you guys. So anyway, I hope that was helpful, and if you enjoyed it, please do like, share and subscribe, and leave a comment below. Otherwise, I guess I'll see you in October. Take very good care.